Good evening, everybody. Here we are, Team Jumpstart Life's team call. It is 7/14/2016. And today we are going to be talking about defining you, how you define this job, and then how you define the people that you work with. So the first category we're going to talk about is defining ourselves. We all have a place in Beachbody. Sometimes we feel like we don't, but we do. We all have that perfect market that we can talk to. Say you're a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you're pregnant, or you have 3 children, or maybe you recently lost a loved one to death. You can connect with people that are in similar situations with you. So you really want to think about, they say it a lot in Beachbody, who's your tribe? Who are the people that you are trying to connect with? And those are the people that you want to obviously talk with, strike up new conversations, and start working with. The other topic when you talk about defining you, don't ever let your rank or the amount of income that you make in this business define you. That shouldn't define how we are as a coach. That's just a thing that helps us motivate us, push us forward, and just gives us recognition, would be with our rank and money. The other thing is, do you find value in what you're doing? Are you feeling valuable in the way you're reaching out to people? Or are you basically downing yourself and not talking nice about yourself? Are you one of those people who are like, oh, you know what, I'm still overweight and I have 5 pounds left to lose, or I'm just a bad mom, or whatever it is that you're saying, you're going to start believing. So we need to make sure that we are constantly trying to do the best that we can, but also not talking bad about ourselves, because when you start to do that, you're going to start believing it. There was a saying that someone said the other day that was great. It says, believe you can do it and you will. Your mind is so much weaker than your body. And I laugh because I feel this way when I run, actually. I do enjoy running, but it is definitely a mental battle with my mind that I can go faster and I can go farther as long as I just push myself. So remember that our bodies are very strong and our minds are what we kind of need to keep in check. And that's when we need to be doing our personal development and just be reaching out to people for support if you are having a hard time. Here's a good example when talking about how you can see a difference from someone. I think of the Beachbody before and after pictures. You see that person's first picture and they might be smiling in it, but you can tell like in their eyes, they're not happy. They're kind of overweight or, you know, not toned like they want to be. And then you see their after picture right next to them and it is amazing. Like you see them smiling, all their hard work has paid off. And that just really shows them that they can totally do this. We need to have a reason and believe to be better if we want to continue to grow. So if we want to continue to keep growing, we have to keep telling ourselves we can do this to keep moving forward. Okay, the next topic I want to talk about is how are you defining this job? And when I say job, I use that loosely. You know, is this your career? Or is this your passion, or is this your calling? You need to figure out, you know, what brought you to Beachbody. Was it because you wanted to get in shape, or was it because you wanted to help people, or maybe it was you want to have financial freedom. Whatever it is, you need to find what defines that. This is your career or your calling for a reason. You've stumbled upon this and you've started doing this for a reason because you know that you can. Personally, for myself, when I used to work in the fire service, I enjoy kind of serving people and helping people and leading. Like I am just one of those people who are like, you tell me you need something, I'm like, okay, let's do this, 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 and get it done. I just have that kind of personality. So Beachbody works well for me because I get to help people. I get to lead a team and I get to still get that feeling of serving people, which is great for me. Another example that I wanted to share with when you're looking at this as a job, are you looking at this as a job or a calling? So I have two examples, a doctor versus a janitor. Most doctors, if you're to ask them, what do you do for a living? They'd be like, I see patients, I do stitches, I help set broken bones, whatever it is that their obviously specialty is, they're going to tell you what they do. But then there are some people that, as a janitor, we probably think like, oh, that's not the best job. But they might take that job as a passion and be like, I'm a janitor. I get to clean classrooms and make sure they are clean for our future children that are going to school so they can have a healthy environment to learn and grow and be, future presidents, future doctors, whatever it is. So whatever your job is, have the passion to talk about it and embrace it and enjoy it. It doesn't matter what your rank is or where you're at, but you have to love what you're doing. Now, if you don't, we definitely need to figure out what it is that we're missing, and we'll go from there. So a little mini assignment for you guys, if you want to jot this down, and don't worry if you don't want to, is just to be thinking about what is your unique skill that sets you apart from others. So what is the one thing that you know that you are different when it comes to other people? This will drive your success. So if we can figure that out, if you don't already know it, figure out what sets you apart from other people, that's what you want to focus on, and that will drive your success in this business. Okay, the third topic I had was, how are you defining the people that you work with? And this one I really had to think about. I heard this on a call earlier this week. And I really had to think about how I define the people I work with. Am I disappointed, like when I get that email that a coach has canceled and, they've been doing it for a month and they're like, yeah, this doesn't work and I'm canceling. I kind of get sad, not for me, but for that person, because I'm like, you didn't even give this a chance. Like, you didn't even try to see where this business can take you. So I am trying more to communicate better with everyone and be like, what can I do to help you? If you're struggling, let me know so I can help you figure out what's going on, because this business is hard, but it should be fun at the same time. And we should be excited that we're helping people. And I want to celebrate with you guys when you do sell Shakeology or you sell a workout program or whatever it may be. So make sure that when you are defining the people that you work with, that you're being honest. And also with the people that are starting to build teams underneath you, you have coaches. We all have coaches underneath us that are going to be crazy successful. Some might do it overnight and others might take a couple years, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we need to be motivating each other to continue to keep pushing forward. Your business will grow when you lead with love and consistency. So when you're wanting to help others and you're being consistent is huge in this business. You can't be consistent for a week and then fall off, and then a day here, and then I didn't for 2 days. No, I'm talking like consistent for months on end, even if it's just as simple as inviting your 10 people a week, whatever your number is, drinking your shake and doing your workout. Whatever you choose, be consistent in it. It doesn't have to be all of these things. It can just be one thing, like every day, I am going to talk to someone new about Beachbody. Be consistent and you're going to see your business grow over time. The other thing too, when you are talking with the people that you work with, let them know how you see them. Because like I said, earlier and in my challenge group today, I was talking about just how we can, our self-talk about ourselves and everything. We can get down on ourselves very easily. So make sure you're talking to your challengers and your coaches and letting them know how you see them. Like, hey, you do this really great and this and this. So always bring them up and point out what they are doing great, because it will help motivate their business. Let me check my notes real fast. Okay, the other thing is you want to change where your focus is. If you're always looking for the flaws in yourself and in other people, you're never going to grow. We all have those times where we get kind of on maybe the pity wagon or, pity party bandwagon, or we're talking with people and they're like, oh, did you see so-and-so? And they start talking negative. It's really easy to get wrapped up into that negativeness. try not to be. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be ourselves. And you want to remember that you do not want to be comparing yourselves to other people or really worried what other Beachbody coaches are doing in their business, because they're not you. Worry about what's working for you. And if stuff's not working for you, please reach out to me. I'll help you figure out the best way I know to make it better, for sure. Remember, you are yourself and you're no one else. So keep that in mind. If you aren't liking Beachbody right now, like you're feeling like this isn't working for me and your attitude's starting to kind of stink, well, let's sit back and let's figure out what we need to do to fine tune it and bring everything back around to where you are enjoying this again. If your attitude is definitely kind of in the toilets and sucks, your business is going to rapidly be following it, because we reap what we sow. So if we are sowing happy thoughts and working hard on doing positive things, we're going to reap those benefits. But if we are being negative and not wanting to grow, that's exactly where our business is going to go. So another thing I heard this week was good at this business versus great at this business. And this coach said this stuff, and it kind of like, it made me, I was like, this is good stuff I want to share with my team. So to be good at this business, there's very little that you have to do. You have to be consistent. So meaning drinking your shakes, during your workouts, and inviting. And you're going to be good at this business. You're going to be reaching out to people. You'll be connecting people with challenge packs and selling Shakeology and helping people start their fitness journey, which is awesome. But to be great at this business, you have to be super consistent. I'm talking for like years on end. When you're on vacation, you're still checking into your challenge groups. When you're sick and not feeling good, you're still doing your best to check your instant messenger to see what's going on, because you want to be great at this business. As a leader, we should be doing all these things. We should be setting the good example. The example that she used about being good at this business is doing what you say you're going to do. So for most of us on this team, we are moms, or we are around children, and we know what it's like to be when the kids are acting up and you give them the ultimatum, right? Like, quit hitting your brother or you're going to have a 5-minute timeout, or quit hitting your brother and you're not having ice cream for dessert when everyone else is. All of a sudden they hit their brother, right? And you're like, okay, now it's time to step up and be the adult and do what you said, right? So that child's not going to have ice cream now. This business is the same way. If I say I'm doing my workout or starting a program, I'm going to do it and see it through to the end, because that's what I said I was going to do. So remember, when you're doing this and you're saying you're going to do something, do it. Now, do things come up? Yes, things come up, as in you might get really sick and you can't do your workout. That's understandable. But if every time there is an excuse and you're not finishing what you're starting, we need to step back and make smaller goals to make sure that you are working at this business to be good, so we can continue to be great. The other thing that I see for myself, I really want to be great at this business. And for that, I want to help my coaches succeed in their goals. So I really want you guys to think about, what is your goal for the rest of this year? So it's the end of July. We're halfway through this year already. Crazy. I want you to really think about it and message me or comment in the group or text me, whatever it is. Let me know what your goal is. Maybe your goal is to be making so much money a week, or maybe your goal is to have so many coaches underneath you, or maybe your goal is, I want to make enough money to take my family to Disneyland. Whatever it is, I want to know what your guys' goal is, so I can help strategize with you and help push you to meet that goal. I have 4 questions for you guys, which I will be also posting a picture and another thing on the team page so you guys can see it again, so you don't have to write it down now if you're not ready. But these are the 4 questions I would love for you to at least answer to yourself, and I would love to actually see the answers if you guys want to post them. The first one is, how do you define yourself? So I really want you to think, how do you personally see yourself and define yourself is the first question. The second question is, define your potential. How far do you think you can go in this business? Define exactly what you think your potential is. The third question is, define what you are doing. So I want to know what you are doing to take the steps to hit that potential. And the fourth one is define people's potential around you. So we need to be positively lifting each other up as a team and working together, because this truly is a team effort. If you have one person that's being a rock star, that's great, but they can only go so far by themselves. They need a team to continue to rise. So like I said, I will post that picture as soon as I get off here so you guys can see the questions, and I'll make sure once this video is recorded that I post the video link with it as well. But the big thing I just really wanted to hit on for you guys today is just really think about just defining yourself and knowing why you do this job and why you want to do it well. So really think about it. Message me with any questions. And that's all I have for tonight. So I'm going to stop the recording and then we can shoot some live questions.